What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Between the Lines New Year's Eve and college football playoff, the second round special. Today, we are talking solely college football, and we are talking about multiple bowl games. We get to talk about the Rose Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, the Orange Bowl. We get to talk about it all, and I am so excited to do that with all of you. Before we get into it, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I truly do appreciate it. And why are we waiting any longer? The ball's about to drop. It's midnight. Let's go. But first, just a little disclaimer before we get into this. Some of these lines, they might change from now until when these games are. And if my picks do change, I will post them on all the MyBookie social medias. Don't even worry about it. But without any further ado, here's our record for college football on the year. We are 60-53. We're pretty good. We're up 7 games, and we have 6 total bets for the college football playoff, 2 bowl games before it. Let's get right into it. And we start off on the ReliQuest Bowl with the Iowa Hawkeyes going into Vanderbilt against the Commodores. And I believe this game is in Florida. Don't quote me on that. I believe it is. But this one, I'm keeping it simple here. Look, the SEC, as starting last year especially, besides outside the college football playoff, actually, never mind, the playoff, they didn't fare too well either. They do not have their best run during bowl season, but here's the thing. The Iowa Hawkeyes, they are a badass defensive ball club. Mark Gronowski at quarterback 2 on the other side of the ball. He knows how to sling that damn thing. Give me the Iowa Hawkeyes plus 5.5. Then going over to 2 o'clock on New Year's Eve, we have another Big Ten SEC matchup where maybe I go against my word a little bit. I don't know. We have the Michigan Wolverines going against Texas in the Citrus Bowl. Texas, they're -7 in this one. The over-under is sitting at 48.5. Look, I know what I just said about the Big Ten and the SEC in bowl games and in the playoff, but look, here's one thing, and here's an outlier right here. Michigan is an absolute train wreck right now. I know that they just hired their coach, but still that whole program, losing Sharon Moore after all the controversy, him getting arrested, him cheating on his wife, like that whole mess over there, it just seems messy in Michigan. It seems very messy over there, and I just don't like it, to be honest with you. I don't like the Wolverines in this game. And then Texas, on the other hand, I feel like Texas has a little bit of upswing. Obviously, they did not make the college football playoff, but they ended the season on a very high note, beating Texas A&M at home and beating them well. My God, Texas took control of that game. Give me the Longhorns to make a statement here. -7. Big win. And now we finally go over to the second round of the college football playoff. And we start off with the only game on New Year's Eve, the night game at 6:30 p.m. We have the Miami, the U, going into Ohio State against the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes are -9.5, and the over-under is sitting at 40.5. This is the Cotton Bowl, by the way, at Cowboys Stadium. It's going to be a fun one. Number one right away, atmosphere-wise, Ohio State fans, they know how to travel, and they travel well. This game could be played on the other side of the world, and it will be packed to the brim with Ohio State Buckeye fans. Miami, on the other hand, at least in my lifetime, they haven't been in the limelight for a pretty long time. They've been good, but not like this in the second round of the playoff. And last round, I had Texas A&M beating them at home. I thought Texas A&M was going to handle business, but they looked pretty resilient. At least their defense did, because my God, that was a very slow ball game. And to be completely honest with you here, I think the over-under being at 40.5 is a very good line, but I like the Buckeyes to go in there and just smoke this Miami team. Buckeyes -9.5. They're going to get the party started for you on New Year's Eve, and then the ball's going to drop, and you have a full day of college football the next day, which we are going to get into right now. We have made it into 2026, and arguably one of my favorite days of the entire year is the first day. You're usually out partying the night of New Year's Eve. You don't really want to do anything on New Year's Day, so you sit on the couch all day and you watch college football from 11 a.m. until 10 o'clock at night. And it all starts in the morning with the Orange Bowl, Oregon at Texas Tech. Well, not at, you get what I'm saying, the Orange Bowl. Tech, they're +2.5, and the over-under is sitting at 51.5 in this game. I don't know who wins this game. I don't know. This is the one game where I just don't like it. I don't want to bet a winner or a spread. I absolutely hate it. Both of these teams are phenomenal, man. They are both very well-coached programs, especially Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks. I kind of lean to Oregon just a little bit, but still, it is not worth me touching one way or another. But what I do love in this game is I love points. Give me the over at 51.5 in this one. Oregon going into Texas Tech in the Orange Bowl. How could you not just want some points to start out New Year's Day? Then going over to the greatest college football game, and one of my takes that I've had for a very, very long time, the Rose Bowl should be the national championship location every single year. I don't think that that's a hot take whatsoever, because look, when you watch all these other bowl games, obviously it still has that bowl game aura to it. But this is just different. The Rose Bowl, and at the start of the fourth quarter, when the sun starts to set and it just looks like cinema out there. It is cinema. It doesn't matter who's playing in this game. It could be like earlier today when I'm filming this, when Georgia Southern and Appalachian State were playing in the Birmingham Bowl. They could have put them in the Rose Bowl, and it would have had that aura to it on New Year's Day. But in this game right here, we got the Heisman, Mr. Mendoza, leading the Indiana Hoosiers against the Alabama Crimson Tide. The Hoosiers, they're -7, and the over-under is 48.5 in this game. And look, Alabama, when they played Georgia in the SEC championship, I was a bit worried. I'm saying, man, I don't know if this is the same Tide. But then I went and saw them play at Oklahoma. They went down big at the beginning of that game. It might be over. It's dead. No. Alabama bounces back, and they looked incredible. Incredible in doing so. I think the Tide's back. Give me Alabama +7 in this one. And honestly, I am sprinkling that money line a lot as well. And now to wrap it up with the last bowl game of New Year's Day at 7 o'clock, we have the Ole Miss Lane Kiffinless Rebels playing Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. The Bulldogs, they're -6.5, and the over-under here is sitting at 55.5. This is a weird one for me. I'm not really in love with this pick too much. I'm not going to take it home. It's not going on a second date with me, but I do have to go with the better coach in this situation, and that is the Georgia Bulldogs led by Kirby Smart, man. Yes, Ole Miss looked good last week against Tulane. They smoked them, as they should. That's how, if they played that game any other way, we would have some problems going into this one. But I just think Georgia is the better program 100%. Ole Miss, I will give it to them. They are trying to prove it. They are going to try to prove it and say, hey, we don't need Lane here. We don't need him. He could go. All of his coaches that went with him, they can all leave too. We're going to go out there and win this game. But no, I like the Georgia Bulldogs -6.5. But that right there is going to do it for my college football picks for our New Year's Eve, New Year's Day special. We start off New Year's Eve with the Iowa Hawkeyes +5.5. Then we go over to Texas -7 and going over to our 4 college football playoff picks. I got the Buckeyes -9.5 on New Year's Eve night. And then on New Year's Day, we start off with some points, the over in the Oregon-Texas Tech game. Then we go to the Rose Bowl where we have Alabama +7 and sprinkling that money line a little bit as well. And we wrap it all up with Georgia -6.5. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it this far, and also Happy New Year to every single one of you out there. I hope your New Year's Eve, New Year's Day is fantastic. I hope you had a great holiday season as well. It has been a fun one over here. We've had a great time, even though I'd like to win a little bit more bets. I think that's my New Year's resolution. It's just to win a couple more bets and win a lot during these NFL and the rest of the college football playoff. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time when we are talking NFL playoffs on here. Holy cow, that's going to be a fun one. Deuces.